I've been waiting, after they give me funny dates, I've been waiting long enough. Some of the things that have been stated, I'm not sure of. I do know nanotechnology in terms of what E.T. was describing, and you can attune nanotechnology to specific genetics, meaning that it'll target an individual of a certain ethnic heritage, etc. So be aware that there's a lot of things that are possible in these hidden technologies and things they've not told you anything about, and they're getting ready to use some of this stuff. Now, whether or not the cabal has the strength to actually take the actions that they have warned they're going to take, like this all-out war and whatnot, I'm sort of suspicious of that. For the simple fact that the addressment of the troops, the word that came back to me was 85% will not engage civilians. That leaves them enough to control a latrine. Okay, 99% said they would take their equipment and go home at the same time that martial law was declared. Well, I don't want them to do that. I want them to go collect all of the senators, congressmen, and representatives and government officials they can find anywhere on the face of the planet. And they're just, quite honestly, I don't care where. It's time, in my opinion. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to grit my teeth after I get off this show all the way through Tuesday morning, and then I'll make a couple phone calls and ask what's going on. Where's show me where's the beef, as that little old lady used to say. It's time.
Okay, folks. This is Denise once again on Global Voice 2012, and you're with Drake. Drake, you're live.
Okay.
We are maxed out. We have 500 people in the chat room, and I think people are unfortunately probably getting bumped off or unable to get in, and we apologize for that. We have a number of questions. We have 59 callers on hold with questions. And I would like to start by presenting a couple of the questions from the chat room. These people had asked these questions quite some time ago. Drake, why has the military waited so long? Of course, if we knew that answer. But that question has come up repeatedly. And in your heart of hearts, do you believe that the military will step up at the last minute?
Yes, I do. The deal with the military is one that was started through another operation previous to the present one of outing things and getting things going. The difference between that operation and this one is simple. That operation was to give our notice to the world that we were a free nation and that the citizens representing a majority of the states of the United States were declaring themselves as such. A lot of founding documents were used in that, very specific ones. The overview or introductory letter to these varying states' packages was such that it severed all ties to the corporate government, any of their affiliations with anybody else, etc. So that having been done and the package having been received puts us in the position of being a free people. It also authorizes the military, as we agreed, to have the civilian authority to take their actions. The reasons for the military waiting were combinational. Some of those were logistic, problems that had to be absolute nightmares for the people involved in trying to plan things out. We were told to stand down after that, but we're also told to get the thing out there in terms of the internet. I tried a variety of different ways, putting different things out to different people, and the problem I came across was simply that the majority of the people were not paying attention to another conspiracy theory, ooey kind of thing. And so I came back with the fact that this was what was taking place. And the people that were dealing with me specifically were in agreement that radio shows of this type might be necessary to reach as many people as is possible, to let them know that freedom was within their grasp, and that the military would back them at the correct point at the proper timing. Due to the fact that the cabal, the bad guys, still had an extraordinary amount of physical power in terms of financial, etc., they needed some things to be accomplished. One of the principals in doing that, and a friend of mine, accomplished a great deal of it. They would like to see a couple of other things also in place, but according to the manner in which things are happening and the rapidity of the actions being taken, I suggest that they go ahead with their action, and that the other action will happen maybe after or during the actions they're taking. The premise of all this is that the other part of the agreement was that the people of the United States stood for freedom, and that we would stand with the military so long as it was a constitutionally oriented action. The people involved have shown cowardice in the face of the enemy, and among other charges that can be brought against them. So I know everybody by now is aware of Eric Holder, and the fact that the White House was, according to their you can't tell on us stuff of executive privilege, that they probably gave the order to do so, and have been continuing to do so for many years. It switched from supporting certain elements to our advantage to a pure money-oriented, get-rich-while-you-can kind of a scheme, totally adverse to the ideas of freedom, and that sort of thing didn't matter, just the dollar. So that's basically where the thing stands. They have not taken their action for a variety of different reasons. However, I think that due to the emergency or urgency of the present situation, we're going to have to call time out on everything they want and turn this around to our advantage now. And that's what I'm calling for.
Greg?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Paul. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good. Listen, I want to try to clarify a few things, because I know as we try to moderate the Facebook page tomorrow, it's going to be chaos from all the stuff that you brought to the table today. First of all, I want you to clarify that from what I'm gathering is that there is a sense of urgency, but what you're saying about people getting ready, this is not a green light situation yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I will very emphatically and very clearly state when that condition arrives. As soon as it supposedly arrives, I'm supposed to be notified, and all of the people can then take their varying actions according to what they have been instructed to do. Okay?
Yeah, that's good. I just don't want people to start jumping the gun again. Now, secondly, is that you and I have been working together since for the last 8 months since this project started with paperwork, and I know there's others involved in this process that are not speaking publicly like you, but have contacts and sources to give them information when things are going to start moving forward. And I'm curious, since what you're saying, have you gotten any corroborating confirmation things are going to be happening from our other sources, especially our friend in Georgia?
There's been several sources that I've come up with that have corroborated the fact that things are getting ready to break loose, pop, or however you might want to look at that. That we were very close last week, but they were waiting on some information that continues the process of negating these people's power.
Okay. And last but not least, the most important thing is for people in their communities to start coalescing and coming together in preparation of this. And besides, stocking up on food and everything else, what is and to keep a sane and level head through this, what would be your best advice in that respect? Okay.
Anybody who's forming any kind of a small group, be that a militia or whatever, it can be an armed group. My suggestion is that you find someone with military experience, for one. The second part of this is that they will find the individuals who have served, are serving, and that can be somebody that's active duty, etc., or a veteran. We'll have a base structure, ideology of what they should be doing, how to put a group together so that it can be effective, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. And that the third part of it is that this person might have been nothing more than a corporal, such as myself, an E4, but has a combination of experience and the knowledge of the basic structure of a military unit on a civilian basis now. All right, this is just a hair different than just strict military. It's not where somebody's going to be giving orders, hey man, can we take care of this, and can we do this, and what all do we need to do, and that sort of thing. You're basically looking at a coordinator rather than a commander as such, per se. I don't feel comfortable taking orders. I used to have problems attaining rank because of that, because they kept I'd get it and they'd take it away and tell me I was not ready or not doing the right thing, which is fine, all well and good. You learn by experience, but I just kept doing it because somebody would act like an idiot, and it didn't matter to me what their rank was. I'd tell them what I thought of them, and that always seemed to either get in my pocket or take stripes off my shoulder. However, the difference is this. They did find that I was capable of command situations under fire because the ideology of the death whizzing by didn't bother me. It didn't rattle me. No matter what the position or situation I find myself in or how extreme it might be, most of the time I keep a calm, cool, collected attitude towards everything, to include individuals, to include getting the job done, whatever that may be presented as, and basically the consideration for the individuals involved in it with me. So a lot of people liked what I did. Some, like I say, when I found that you don't give captains the finger in front of other officers. It can be hard on your stripes, among other things.
Right.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and that was a good response there. And I know one last thing that keeps coming up in comments and things is that, and this is something that you explained to us when we started this process back in November, is that yes, there is a plan, but with every plan there is fluidity in that plan because it's a chess game. We don't understand what the other guy's reaction or move may be until some action is taken. So, when